Hi, everyone. This is an introduction to the Recovery International Method. I'm joined today by some friends in the Los Angeles area. I'm Angela Sullivan. I'm in the Chicago headquarters office, and I'm Director of Special Projects. I'm pleased to be with you today, and I'm going to go ahead and let each person on our panel introduce themselves. I'm going to start with Levi. Levi, go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Levi Askovitz. I've been coming to recovery for about 20 some years, and it's been extremely helpful to me. Thank you.
Thanks, Levi. Jenna, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself next?
Hi, my name is Jenna Sobelman. I have been with Recovery International since 2015. It has absolutely changed my life. I am a leader in the LA area, and I'm also the area leader for Los Angeles.
Thank you, Jenna. Lynn, why don't you go ahead and go next?
Hi, my name is Lynn Tumpa. I found Recovery International about 16 months ago. I found it because I was looking for a solution to my mood swings and my depression. And Dr. Lowe's teaching and attending meetings has improved my mental health 100%. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. And Joey, go ahead, please.
Hello, my name is Joey. I've been attending Recovery International meetings for 8 years and also been a leader for maybe almost as long, maybe around 6 years or so. And what brought me to Recovery International was myself needing some help with my self-esteem issues and depression, especially getting along with family. And what I liked about the Recovery International was that it helped me to be able to use the tools to be able to get along with people, make friends, and also help me with with everyday life aspects too.
Well, thank you very much. So I'm pleased to be able to be here with some people who certainly are dedicated to the recovery method, dedicated to Recovery International by being leaders for us. That's really great. I do want you to know one thing. I came into recovery and I was a caregiver for my mom with Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's is not a trivial situation. We will talk about that in a minute. But some of what she did, her behavior and what she said was trivial. And I used recovery as a caregiver. I found it very helpful to maintain a civil relationship with my mother to the end. So I think that using recovery helped save my relationship with her during that difficult time. So I just wanted to put a plug in there for caregivers. Okay, don't overlook caregivers. So I mentioned this word trivialities. The recovery method is unique in that it is focused on average, common daily events that can get people worked up. So these encompass things like being late for something, obstacles to get something done, inconsiderate people, any kind of frequent annoyance. So here's some fun things that you're seeing. You spilled your coffee, or Starbucks got your coffee order wrong. That person who was just last in the bathroom didn't change the toilet paper roll. Sometimes people say things in a tone or an attitude to you that might work you up. A messy bedroom, whether it's a spouse, someone you live with, or a child, right? That can be a common, average, everyday thing. So these are the things that we're focused on. And so we are unique in that aspect. And by learning to deal with those average daily annoyances, you do start to build resilience. And when life throws you some of the bigger, larger things, you already have these tools in your toolbox to help drop judgment and help to work through those. So most of our day is made up of average, common daily events, the things that are big things that that might require a doctor, a lawyer, emergency, police, fire. They don't happen very often. So this program was developed by Dr. Abraham Lowe, and he was working with his patients to say, if you can kind of help yourselves during the week, with those everyday occurrences, that makes the appointment with your therapist, your psychologist, your counselor that much more effective because they can focus on the larger things. So recovery is a really good adjunct to professional care. So we want to start off with some basic concepts here. And one of those is temper. And so when you typically think of the word temper, what might come to mind is being mad at someone. And certainly we do have that. So we do have angry temper. And this is the judgment that a person or situation is wrong, or someone did something wrong to me. Okay. So I'm angry at someone else. And typically we might see some feelings with being irritated or resenting someone, being impatient, hating them, disgust, rebellion. All those would go along with that angry temper. And there's probably some others you can think of as well. But in our program, we have a word that isn't usual to hear, and that's thinking of temper in a different way and judging ourselves for being wrong, or having fear or damage to our own reputation or our self. So that's referred to as fearful temper. I know I did something wrong. I'm worried about it. I might feel inadequate for that job that I was given. I might have a sense of hopelessness or shame. That's all on the fearful temper side of things. So you're going to hear this language as we go through an example in a little bit. We want to make sure that you understand the difference between those two. Another important concept, and if you indulge me here for a moment, we have two types of environment that we think of. And the easiest way I like people to think about this is stretching your arm right in front of you, wiggling the tips of your fingers, and to those fingertips is what we have control of. That's our inner environment. And everything outside of those fingertips, outer environment or external environment. We can't control anything beyond that reach. People, I can't control my dog that might bark during this session. I can't control my child. I can't control the neighbor or the lady that cut in front of me on the road yesterday. I can't control the past or the future. All of those things are outer. So where we like to focus in recovery is inner. What can we control? And certainly even then, there are things that, well, we can't necessarily control our initial feelings. If we're sad about something or we have anger towards someone, we can't control that initially, and we can't control sensations that might happen because of a physical response that we're getting. That person that cut me off, my initial feeling is anger, and I might have that initial startle and start to sweat, and my heart might race and beat faster. I can't control those sensations, but what I can control are the thoughts I have about that and the impulses, the what I do next. So that's where we're going to focus on is what can we learn to change? How do we learn to change those thoughts? And how do we learn to change and control those impulses? This probably is one of the most important lessons, though, to learn in recovery, and it is self-endorsement. One self-endorsement is worth thousands of endorsements from the outer environment. Basically, what we're saying is don't wait for someone to tell you did a good job. Just do it yourself. Give yourself that little mental pat on the back. I ask everyone to do that. Everyone in the class watching this right now, you attended today, you're learning about recovery, you're doing something for your mental health. That's endorsable. And so what you're also going to hear today are some tools or spots. Basically, these are sentences or short phrases that we use. We're using those to replace those maybe negative or insecure thoughts we might be having about a situation with something more positive. So you see a couple right here on the screen. When you're endorsing yourself, you can't be blaming yourself. Can't do two things at once. Endorse yourself when you control your thoughts or control your impulses, and endorse yourself for the effort, not only for the performance. So maybe no matter the outcome, you're still going to do this because you tried and you gave it effort. So we're going to hear about endorsing a lot, and it's a really important part of the program and something that you should get into a habit of doing many times a day.